Meanwhile, Nimrod, that's such a dumb name. It's so dumb it makes me cough. Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger, and welcome to another comically long review. It's week 2 of 6 straight weeks of Power Rangers comics, so let's just dive right in. Let's take a look at Go-Go Power Rangers issue number 27. I can explain. So there's no delay in the issue this time, it's a more local problem. Long story short, my local comic guy didn't pick up on the schedule shifting with 2 issues of Go-Go this month instead of 1, so he didn't think there was an issue to order this week. These things happen. I paid for the comic in advance, so I still count it as owning a copy for review, hence doing this review. If it makes anyone feel better, I will show you the physical copy when I have it. So I love the main cover. Nimrod, the Scarlet Sentinel, and the Thunder Megazord, arms locked in battle. So these album covers, I've never really been super into albums, just individual songs. So, in case you hadn't noticed, I get mystified by these covers most of the time. And this time, searching by the artist and comic title didn't really help. But here's a neat little trick. The cover is so accurate to the album cover that a Google reverse image search just led me straight to it. This cover, of course, tributes Dr. Dre's 1992 album, The Chronic. The other 2 covers focus on one Farkas Bulkmeyer. His yearbook photo says, "Life is tough, and so am I," but there's no period after tough, and starts with a capital letter. Being bulk, I can't be sure if the grammar error is intentional or not. And the social media cover touches back to what we learned about Bulk during Shattered Grid, that he's a history buff. I love how Skull teases Billy about Bulk's perfect history test score, and Billy responds that actually, it's really cool. In the Tower of Light, Zed continues to tempt Tommy with the white light. Tommy basically lectures Zed on the futility of evil, having no friends, and ruling over a world of ashes. Zed says he is the universe's purifying fire. Tommy responds to Zed rationally and calmly by kicking him in the face. Tommy doesn't try to take the light, but defends it. He says it's not Zed's to give, or his to take. He'll die defending it from Zed. Zed starts beating the snot out of Tommy, telling him he's nothing without his powers, he doesn't know why Rita chose him, etc. "This is where your story ends." Tommy's feeling rough, but talks some smack as he gets back up. Tommy leaps at Zed, Zed zaps at Tommy, there's a bright flash, and... Daww! The giant white tiger licks his face as Saba asks if he could be any more melodramatic. Yes, it was all a test. Well, Saba said it was a trial, but that's just another word for test. For the light bearer will reveal himself by giving his life to protect all life, and he will do so alone, without glory or grandeur. Meanwhile, Nimrod, that's such a dumb name, has summoned AC and DC, 2 fellow monsters just like on the show. The 3 are beating the Thunder Megazord around. Things are in bad shape, the Megazord is running out of power, which is kind of ironic seeing as it's getting blasted with electricity, and at the command center, Billy hasn't found any way to help. Jason engages the Thunder Megazord's finisher, but with power levels so low, it's too slow. The 3 blast the Megazord and they are out of commission. Jason orders a retreat. Zack objects, but thinking objectively, the Rangers do need to survive to keep fighting.
"We must fight to run away."
In the power transfer chamber, Tommy reappears, holding the giant power coin ball and Saba. Tommy says he's brought back a friend, indicating that he thinks they wouldn't know Saba, but he remembers Saba and Saba being broken, but the other Rangers don't remember Draken's invasion of reality, and...
Get your f***ing story straight!
The power seems to start transferring into Tommy's morpher. Or maybe he got a new one? Not sure. Zordon describes what we know from the MMPR line, that the white light will energize Tommy in a way he's never felt before, and will make him the leader of the Power Rangers. As Tommy changes his hairstyle into the White Ranger High Pony, we get the reaction that many of us had when Zordon just casually dropped that in the command center during White Light.
Excuse me, what?
Tommy thought he was just rejoining the team, not taking over. To be honest, Zordon doesn't really explain why, just saying Lord Zedd's arrival changed matters, and they have to change with the times.
There's a simple explanation for that.
Tommy's not sure he's ready to take this all on himself, but Saba says he'll be right there with him. In the Zord Bay, we learn Alpha has automated drones that repair the Zords. Just make sure you take care of those things.
I have reason to believe the exocomps are alive.
Kim oversees the repair of her Firebird Zord, as Jason basically tells her he's gonna sacrifice himself, taking the Red Dragon in alone to lead the monsters away from the city. She's not having it, telling him basically that they're a team, they're all Rangers, and he's not doing this alone. There's kind of a theme forming. Meanwhile, Zach and Trini talk about the situation with Jason. Zach feels like Kim and Billy need to know right now, but the Blue Emissary appears to talk to them. He feels like they are the ones that are owed an explanation. He tells them about giving Jason back the memories of the battle with Draken. Trini asks if they can see those memories as well, but the Emissary is cautious, comparing reality to a frozen lake, and the more people that walk on it, it could shatter right beneath them. You know, we're starting to get a lot of hints to things shattering again. Are we headed straight for Shattered Grid 2? Trini says Jason is their friend, so if he's out on that ice, so are they. If they are to keep the secret, they need to know everything. The Emissary considers it, but offers a final warning. Basically, look what getting these memories back has done to Jason. Quick art note from the past 2 pages. Almost every appearance of the Emissary in this scene features a Triceratops Ranger. When he first appears, he's MMPR Blue and Ninja Steel Blue, quickly switching to Dino Thunder Blue, another Triceratops. He stays in that while switching to RPM Blue on the next page. Then he's back to MMPR Blue, split with Dino Charge Blue. Only at the end does he seem to be Ninja Steel Blue and maybe RPM again. So this page is a scene we're all familiar with, so they take this chance to have different dialogue over it. The Emissary explaining that if Zach and Trini get these memories, they will see the world in a whole new light and be changed forever. It adds a poignancy to this scene, since now, presumably, 3 of these Rangers know what Tommy successfully becoming the White Ranger means to the universe. As Tommy is revealed to the team, Trini and Zach agree to receive the memories. Nitpicky art, whatever a dialogue box is, note here. This box is Zach saying he agrees. Right below that, as other slightly nitpicky note carried over from the show, Tommy tells the team it's morphin' time despite the fact that he's already morphed. There's another caption box saying, "Foolish little kitty." Why did Zach say that? He didn't, of course. That was the monsters. It was just too similar for me. Anyway, not gonna let MPG say it. The Tiger Zord is taking on the monsters in its first...
Get on with it!
Little slow there, MPG. I was already getting on with it. In its first battle. It's actually not going well for him either. Nice bit of real-life strategy here. The monsters charge their combined attack, and Tommy uses this chance to form the Mega Tiger Zord in a beautiful splash page. Poster quality. Straight to the finisher, firing the Firebird Zord and taking out all 3. Cute line. Zach says he needs a Black Tiger Zord, also sort of references the Dark Saba from earlier, and Billy says, "You mean a Panther Zord?"
Wakanda forever!
Tommy and Jason have the talk they should have had on the show. Tommy thanks Jason for being so cool about the change in leadership, and Jason says Tommy showed in that fight that he's clearly right where he belongs. Obviously, Jason is okay with this because he knows that he'll soon be leaving. He says this to Tommy as he's still figuring out where he is meant to be. But Tommy asks him not to leave anytime soon. Oof. Kim orders her favorite fries from Ernie, which she usually does when she's depressed, but she doesn't seem to be this time. Anyway, Matt comes up asking if Kim and the Rangers are okay, especially with the arrival of a new Ranger. Ernie brings out the fries and tells Kim that he's going to replace a cake that he and Tommy dropped. Matt realizes that Tommy's back, and he thinks that's just great. Matt bows out gracefully, basically telling Kim if she ever needs him to give him a call. He leaves her with a "be safe." So, yeah, he's stepping away. As she considers that, Tommy steps up, beginning to apologize for isolating himself, but Kim kisses him, her mind made up. Billy tells Jason that for the first time in a while, the Rangers felt like a cohesive team today.
And isn't it ironic?
Alpha is going to show Billy the power transfer chamber, so he leaves. Jason then meets Trini and Zach, who ask him to explain everything since they've stayed quiet. He thanks them for staying quiet, but says he realizes now that he's in over his head, offering to go talk to Zordon. But Trini points out that Zordon doesn't remember what happened. Jason realizes they have their memories back, them confirming that they now share the PTSD that he has from it. Jason is furious, not wanting them to experience this. This is his fight. Trini says the fight isn't their leader. Jason has earned their devotion, and he's not going to do this alone. This was an interesting issue. It feels like there's a lot of exposition and just kind of an ironic theme of the team coming together when it's about to come apart. There's also a weird kind of echoing thing. Saba and the Blue Emissary mentioning theatrics, Kimberly and Trini telling Jason and Saba telling Tommy that they're not doing these things alone, etc. But there's also a surprising amount of action. We get 2 giant monster fights, the Zed test in the Tower of Light. This issue just packed a lot in. As I was writing this review, I kept feeling like I must be reaching the end of the issue and then next scene. But it all flowed very well and I thought it was pretty good. Issue 27 of Go-Go Power Rangers gets a 4 out of 5. Next time on a Comically Long review, it's back to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and... hang on a second. Oh, right. I'm sorry. 3 comic storylines I'm following right now. It can be hard to keep them straight. Trini and Zach have taken a badly injured Jason back to the command center, revealing their Omega secret to the Mighty Morphin Rangers. We'll see the fallout from that in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 47. For now, that's going to do it for another Comically Long review. Thank you, heroes, so much as always for watching. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button down below to like the video. While you're down there, make sure to comment on what you thought of this issue as well as my review of it. Subscribe to the channel and get your notifications set up. And consider supporting the channel financially on Ko-fi or Patreon. Until next time, heroes, may the power protect you. These things happen. I paid for the comic, yeah. This, of course, meanwhile, thousands of miles away. He doesn't mention that, just pointing that out, saying this to Tommy as, oh, okay. But Tommy asks him to leave right now. Issue 27 of Go-Go Power...